Oh my god. What is happening? Oh, I almost had a heart attack. Oh my god. What was that? Okay, first of all, I just want to show you this, okay? I want to show you this. And hopefully the Reds versus, I kind of jinxed this game by saying that hopefully Brumbies will win. Hopefully the Reds lose the next game against the Chiefs, okay? We'll see what happens. It worked! It worked! Oh, I was celebrating at halftime, and then my nightmare come daunting down on me, okay? I almost had a heart attack, and then, thank goodness, the Reds won. Thank goodness. Apparently the last time the Reds beat the Chiefs was in 2013, okay? 2013 was the last time the Reds beat the Chiefs. Oh my god. I almost had to wait another decade for the next one. Oh god. That was so... Oh, please don't do that again, Reds. Brad Thorne, just keep the bench on the bench. Please don't do that again, okay? That was too close for comfort. Okay? Oh my god. Oh. Anyway, so, if you haven't watched the game, basically, the Reds went off to a flying start, okay? And then, with a 30-point lead going into the second half, and the Reds almost lost in the last minute, okay? Oh my god. Oh my god. I literally had flashbacks of like all the nightmares from Super Rugby, all the nightmares the Wallabies had. That was close. Anyway, let's go from the start, okay? So, two teams started quite even. Both teams were working their phases, working around. And it was the Reds who got in the front foot about 15 minutes into the first half, okay? There was some really good high running from Tanela Tupou, the Tongan Thor himself, right? Just crashing down into the defense and making huge gains for the Reds, okay? And he was attacking straight on. And the Reds got really, really close to the Chiefs' try line. And then the Reds would try to get the ball out. There was a big wide blind side for the Reds. So the Reds decided to switch to the blind side. James O'Connor gets himself around to the blind side, gets the ball, and he throws a cardio pass to, I think it was, on the blind side, I think this was Vunivalu. And Tia from the Chiefs comes in. He's the last person in defense. He comes in and knocks the ball down. Deliberate knock on to stop a try potentially being scored by Vunivalu. If Vunivalu would have scored because there was no one behind him. No one even swooping across to cover him. And he was only 10 meters out from the try line. Referee ruled it penalty try. First try scored by Mr. Penalty Try for the Reds. And double jeopardy because Tia goes off with the yellow card. And now the Reds has a big advantage. So the game plays on. A few minutes later, literally like a minute later, the Reds give away a penalty. And the Chiefs goes, okay, we'll run down the yellow card a little bit. Goes for a 3-point. D-Mac hits this ball pretty nicely. 3 points back on the ball for the Chiefs. And they're back into the game. 7 points to 3. Okay. And then about 3 minutes later, okay, get this, okay, the Reds were on the attack again. There was a center field scrum. There was a scrum in the mid, like literally at halfway point. The Reds got the ball out. Tate McDermott gets the ball. He runs around and he draws 2 defenders, okay, and then this was a really ballsy move for him as well. He can see it on his, peripheral vision. There's 2 people coming for him. And he still held the ball till the last second and he threw a pass to Henry, who's apparently caught up from the Queensland, University of Queensland, like under 19s team, the Colts team. So he's like a really young kid. He passes to Henry, who ran along this line against the grind, crashes through, and he ran 50 meters for the Reds' second try. That was spectacular run from him. Just a beautiful inside line, and this guy, he did not look like he's a Colts player. He looked this massive, big and strong, massive guy, comes in at inside center, runs down 50 meters, scores a try for the Reds. And then I was watching this, as Tate McDermott goes in for the pass, there's two people coming to like hit him. And one of them was Damian McKenzie, okay? When I saw this live, I was like, Damian McKenzie looked like he shoulder charged. It was like, he looked like he did a shoulder charge on Tate McDermott. And they showed the replay. The referee's already given the try. And they were showing the replay. And then the referee goes, hang on. Blows the whistle. Stop the time. Let's go have a look at that tackle. And D-Mac comes in, right? Get this. Tate McDermott's running up straight like this, right? D-Mac comes in. He's the second player like in the tackle. He comes in, swings his shoulder around, and he jumps up and he hits McDermott on the face with a shoulder charge. And like, I think he's going to get banned for a few matches as well. That was pretty bad. He comes around, not only throws the shoulder at McDermott, but he jumps up so that his shoulder connects with McDermott's head. Oh, looked pretty bad. And sure enough, the referee looked at it and goes, yep, red card. And David McKenzie looked like he's about to cry, man. But that was rad. That was pretty poor form from him. And now the Reds are up 2 tries, and Chiefs have 2 players off the field. 13 players on the field for the Reds. Will be 2 players off the field. I think the yellow card about 5 minutes left, and the red card will last for the entire first half. And the Reds really just capitalized on the additional space with the Chiefs players being off the field for the next 20 minutes. Yeah. So, 2 minutes later from following this try, the Superman himself, the man with the greatest name in rugby, Vunivalu, okay, goes over for Reds' third try. And this is another beauty of a try as well. So the Reds were, once again, putting Chiefs under pressure. And the Reds did a lot better this time. There's not, like, James O'Connor didn't just kick the ball away every, like, third phase, right? He got the ball, and they're playing the ball around the midfield, making some distance, making some attack. And the McDermott passes the ball to James O'Connor. James O'Connor swings around to the blind side, and he passes the ball to Bryce Hegarty. And Hegarty had a really quick hand, hit the defender right in front of me, a quick hand to Vunivalu, the man with the sweetest man in rugby. Vunivalu runs down the sideline. One player comes in, Chiefs side, comes to tackle him. He just like, beautiful, like kind of like step, palmed him down kind of thing, just shrugged him off, and ran in for the try. He was magnificent skills. Just like the fact that he had a meter to walk with on the sideline, right? As the defender sweeps in, he just like, palmed him downwards and just strut his way through. Beautiful try. Beautiful try. Third try for the Reds. 23 minutes in. And the Reds weren't going to let the advantage go. Another 5 minutes later, Futu Aika goes over for the 4th try for the Reds at the 30-minute mark. Okay? Now, this one was the Chiefs giving away the penalty at halfway point for not releasing the ball. McDermott takes the ball, takes a quick tap, and start running. And he passes the ball to Tupou. And Tupou in this first half has done really well with his running game. He gets the ball, he just runs hard and straight. And his hands are really good as well. So if he makes a small break, he offloads. And he's just such a threatening player on the field. It was really, really magnificent to see. And the scrummaging was really, really good for the Reds as well. Tupou, I think, got one tight head win against Chiefs in the first half also. So it was just A-plus performance by 10 out of Tupou. He unleashes Tupou, and Tupou crashes about 10 meters. And there was quick ball from the Reds. And the Reds would just pick and go. Crashes. And they got really, really close to the Chiefs try line. Eventually, Futu Aita, the loose air prop, gets the ball. He crashes over the try line. And there was a bunch of Chiefs players trying to hold him up. He wrestles the ball. He's like over the try line with his back. And he wrestles the ball around and puts the ball down for the 4th try for the Reds. 30-minute mark. Okay. And now I think the yellow card is expired. So the Chiefs are back to 14 players. Just before halftime, at 36 minute, the Reds were gonna just hit him one last time before halftime for good measures, right? Again, this was Reds were putting pressure on the Chiefs. They were about 5 meters out again from the Chiefs line. There might be a line out leading to this, but anyway, the Chiefs were just under the pump for the entire second half. The Reds were just running free ball left and right throughout the field. They got really close again. So again, there was a breakdown in the center field, just under the post, big wide open blind side. James O'Connor, in the last second, switches himself from the open side to the blind. The Reds, McDermott passes the ball to O'Connor. O'Connor draws 2 defenders and just another unders run by Henry. Short under run for Henry. O'Connor offloads pretty much identical play from McDermott before, but this time was James O'Connor drawing 2 defenders, just textbook stuff, unload to Henry, who ran an inside line, crashes in for his second try. I think this is a debut for the Reds. But yeah, man, 2 tries on your debut. What a player. He is magnificent. Where did they found him? They just apparently plugged him out of the University of Queensland team. And yeah, that's actually spectacular performance by him. 2 tries. Just the angle that he ran was like, no one's going to be able to stop that. 36 minute. That's the 5th try for the Reds in the first half. And that's halftime score, 33 points to 3 for the Reds. And at this point, I was celebrating. I was like, I was legitimately celebrating. I felt like I didn't really have to watch the rest of the game. It's in the bag. I was literally celebrating, getting myself a drink, having a good old time, relaxing. Second half starts, and the commentators, right? This is the thing. The commentators keep saying, if any team can do it, it's the Chiefs. Like, you listen to it, like, yeah, I don't think so. Like, almost like some, half-heartedly, like the way they said it. Like, they didn't mean it, but they just have to say it just to, keep you watching, basically. Like, it's part of their job. They have to say it, but they don't really believe what they're saying. So they're just like, yeah, if anything can come back, it's the Chiefs. Yeah. But, believe it or not, the Chiefs almost won the game. Oh. Anyway, so they kind of put the commentator's curse on it. A little bit. Anyway, second half starts. The Chiefs gets the first try on the board 10 minutes into the second half. Okay? So, Chiefs finally got the full teams on the field. And it's just like, this is something you can tell, like, the New Zealand team does pretty well. When they're under pressure, they don't really panic that much. They're behind 30 points. They're still just, like, calm and collective, playing their faces, building up pressure. There's nothing too crazy. Nothing too fancy, just pure pressure. 7 phases later, they basically went from the right-hand side all the way to attack to the left. They exhausted all the space on the left, and then they took that ball. They got about 15 meters out from the Reds try line, and just light and easy sprinted the ball back to the right, and there was space out wide for Suakula. And just easy like that, first try for the Chiefs. 51 minutes, first try for the Chiefs. So there's 30 minutes left, and Chiefs are now 8, and they missed the conversion. So Chiefs are now 33 points to 8. Okay, and the commentators still saying, oh, if anyone come back and seal the Chiefs. And I'm like, yeah, get real, no. And then a few minutes later, right, at 56 minute, the Reds did something similar. So the Reds had had possession just out the Chiefs 22, and James O'Connor spots Vunivalu open out wide, so he did a crossfield high ball to him. Vunivalu catches it. He almost gets free, and Chiefs defenders were just like coming across to try to tackle him. He almost breaks free, but eventually gets tackled. He gets really close, about 5-6 meters out from the try line, and then they keep trying to run the ball through, pick and dry, and then they were just not getting through. The Chiefs defense were too solid on the right hand side, and the Reds just decided to swing the ball back to the left, just quick hands all the way back to the left, and Dargunu was on the sideline on the left hand side by himself. He gets the ball, runs in, jumps up, slammed the ball down. The defender wasn't really even close to touch him, but yeah, he made it look good, but he wasn't really in danger of getting pushed out. And that was the 6th try for the Reds at 56 minutes. So now there's only 24 minutes left for the Chiefs, and they are 40 points to 8. So there's 24 minutes left, and it's 40 points to 8 down for the Chiefs. And at this point, the Reds really let themselves off at this point. They just start bringing on their reserves. They've taken off Tupou. They just put on all the reserves and just go out there and have fun, guys. And you can see it. The Reds was really piss poor for the last 25 minutes. Really bad. The defensive line was non-existent. The attacking structure was non-existent. And the tackles were not made. The tackles were made poorly, and a lot of times the Reds just looked like they didn't know what to do with the ball. Okay, and my point being proven, this first, and just didn't know what's going on with the ball. Anyway, so the next try, whilst the Chiefs seemingly knowing exactly what they have to do to come back to the game. Okay, so Chiefs had a penalty, and they kicked the ball out for a line out, and it's just easy as that. Line out comes in, sets up for a maul, and the ball carrier peels off at the back when the maul got really close, goes in for the try. It's Vai goes in for Chiefs' second try at 63rd minutes. There's only 17 minutes left for the Chiefs. Only their second try, and they're still in control, not panicking too much. And the Chiefs really kicked up tempo at gear as well. So there was a lot of quick taps, a lot of running. The Reds kicked the ball back to the Chiefs. Okay, and this part here, the next try, this is where you can see something's wrong with the Reds. It's just horrendous. So the Chiefs were running the ball, and they kind of lost the ball, knocked on, and Tupou gets the ball. He did really well to recover the ball, and as Tupou picked the ball, and he quickly flicked the ball back up to Paisami to try to make a play. And he did really, really well. But, he scooped the ball up and quickly flipped the ball back to Paisami to try to make a play. And Hunter Paisami gets the ball, right? This is the halfway point. He's at the halfway point of the field. Instead of running the ball or anything, he just randomly kicks the ball. Half-ass high ball. Not really high enough for anyone to get under it. Not really long enough to make any territory. He literally just chipped the ball over, straight back into the Chiefs' hands. The chip kick literally went 5 meters. And Chiefs recovered the ball, and it's just alright, we'll run again. And sure enough, Chiefs gets the ball back, start building faces again, right? And the Reds defense, at this point, you can see it, was scattered everywhere. No one was in position. There's Everyone's running around like headless chooks. No one knows what's going on. And sure enough, Chiefs built faces. And eventually they just got O'Neill over for the third try. Only took 4 minutes from the previous try from Vai. This all started from Hunter Paisami doing a random kick that led to nothing, went nowhere, and just gave the ball straight back to the Chiefs. Anyway, from the kickoff, once again, the Reds were trying to build some faces. Actually, Reds got really close to strike back to score a try for the Chiefs. But again, it was just, you can tell the reserves is not really up to the Super Rugby levels. The Reds got really close with a penalty for a line out. Didn't go anywhere. And they ran faces, face after face, tried to get over the line. But eventually Chiefs snuffed it out. Did not let Reds score. And then went on a counter-attack. There was back-to-back penalties against the Reds. And the Chiefs, instead of going for a line out, they just took quick taps. 2 quick taps, and Chiefs straight back at the Reds. Reds defense, again, in disarray. After they were like just about to score, the Chiefs gets back, and now suddenly Reds in disarray. And eventually, the Chiefs actually goes over the try line, and then it was held up. And then it was done a penalty for Reds offside. And Chiefs just went, okay, another quick tap just under the post. A quick ball out, long park cup, quick ball out wide. A long cut ball out ball, a quick, long cut out ball out wide to Sullivan, who just goes into the corner. Like, no one was there to cover him. And this all happened from Reds, literally a few seconds before, was about to score on Chiefs' side. And Chiefs turned that around. A few quick taps, just hard running, good lines, and a lack of defense on Reds' defensive structure. Another try at 75th minute. And now the Chiefs are down by 2 tries, 2 converted tries. 2 tries, 1 converted try plus 1 normal try. So Chiefs are down, basically by 13 points. And one of the commentators goes, wouldn't it be fun? This game will be interesting if Chiefs scores in the next 2 minutes. So Chiefs kicks off. The Reds kicks off. Chiefs retains the ball. Stevenson gets the ball. Okay, he runs up and he goes into contact, and he offloads that inside ball to Rowe, who runs 60 meters and scores a try. A minute later from the Chiefs' previous try. And I was literally cursing at the commentators. Now there's 2 minutes left, and the Chiefs are screaming at each other. They get this try, right? They didn't even bother with the conversion because they knew they need a converted try to win anyway. They just took the conversion quickly and missed. And now the Chiefs have 2 minutes to score one last try to beat the Reds. I could not believe this. I literally was screaming my head off. I could not believe this. This was preposterous from the Reds' performance. It was awful. And the Chiefs, once again, received the kickoff and started attacking from their own half. And the Reds were just scrambling. And they got really, really, really lucky that the Chiefs knocked on with 30 seconds left on the clock. And the Chiefs had one more chance to win the scrum over, get a tight head. But the Reds held in tight, got the ball out from the scrum, kicked it out. Final score, 40 points to the Reds, 34 points to the Chiefs. That is... I could not believe how close this game got after the Reds were up 33 points to 3 at halftime. Imagine if D-Mac had been on the field for the entire game. That would have been, the Reds probably would not have won this if D-Mac hasn't got a red card. Also, when D-Mac went off, the Chiefs' attack did look like it was lacked a bit of a spark. D-Mac was really, really threatening every time he got the ball. So they really lost that X factor on the field. And they still, just by solid, basic rugby, heart, grit, determination, resilience, something the Australian team seems to not have, they almost got a win. Almost came back. Woo! I was so happy this game was over. I was so happy, relieved that this game was over. Final score, Reds 40, Chiefs 34. So, just to make this a little bit more interesting, there's another gameplay tomorrow between the oh, it's not even showing here. What's going on? Here we go. Highlanders versus Rebels. What is this? What's this game? What? Which teams are these? Anyway, this Highlanders play tomorrow against the Rebels in Sydney because the restrictions. And yeah, you know, hopefully the Rebels gets destroyed. I look forward to watching that. The Rebels gets destroyed by the Highlanders. Maybe it'll work for the second time. We'll see tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.